is it they want you gone? Why is it they must do this? I only wish I understood it. So many people lost. So many people hurt. Is there no end to this? When even humans kill other humans. Though I suppose it's history. It's always been this way, hasn't it, Lieutenant? Sorry. Did I wake you? I sincerely hope I didn't. My carelessness, it's been growing recently. We're wanted soldiers and defectors at that. But they were plotting to kill you. I had to uproot myself. I had to run to the family estate. There was no other path for us. No chance at peace. We would only have been destroyed. Slowly. But they know better than to come here. The Ackerman estate. It may not be as big as most. It's not impervious to Titans. But it's out of the way. Most don't put in the effort. There's a rumor that it's cursed, but that the ocean saves it. The Titans would. That they'd normally have come from all directions to haunt us. But somehow, they just don't. I wish I could tell you more, but it's a rumor among the maids and butlers. Lieutenant, I'm proud of you. You trusted me, even when no one else would. I only hope those that didn't listen are not paying for my crime. My crime is my own. Do you understand that feeling? When others suffer, but you didn't mean to, and... No, you're right, Lieutenant. You're absolutely right. You've said it from the very start. I can't keep beating myself up over this. Those that died, those I've lost, they're not you, Lieutenant. They're not my precious one. The one by which I've sworn my everything. And besides, out of sight, out of mind, they most likely will send someone. And if they do, I'll send them back in pieces. They wish to be rid of you. I can't fathom why. It was their mistake, thinking I'd favor duty over my lieutenant. In truth, I saw the corruption. I saw it coming from a mile away, but I didn't know anything else. I thought corruption was natural, that it was the only way to coexist in a militaristic society. That us of the Scouting Corps, that we were seen as little more than a pawn. But I suppose it never really came to grips until I saw it firsthand. I saw them, what they thought of us. When I saw them torture, on charges they couldn't prove. Where's the justice there? They would have murdered you, just to get more information. Now I don't know what it is you're hiding. Tell me. You. So, that's what it was. All this time. You had formally worked for them. You were a double agent. No, I understand. They rear you from a young age. Understand, I don't blame you, Lieutenant. When I took you in, I knew most of it. I knew how much you had, how much there was to you. I knew those innocent eyes were only half-truths. And I still fell in love. I put my life in your hands, and I still don't regret it. Because now when I hold you, I know you could have killed me. You had 1,000 chances. Even if I thought it was impossible, I knew it wasn't. I knew, no matter how much I wanted to delude myself, there was no escape. You were my noose, if you chose to be. But somehow I knew you wouldn't. I knew you weren't going to toss me away. I trusted you. I knew my lieutenant wasn't that kind of person, and after all the death, after seeing my loved ones die so many times, I thought I couldn't feel anymore. And when you made me feel, I knew I was powerless against you. Even if I could kill you with a flick of the wrist, it didn't acquit me of that fear. The reprehensible, horror, terrible feelings, and I could feel it. You, not because of your strength, but because of your weakness. You knew me better, perhaps better than I knew myself. And it both frightened and gave me hope that even someone like me, even someone as wretched, as horrible, as forlorn, had a place to call home. That even I, the broken man that I am, could place my heart in the capable hands of someone with so much influence. I knew it, even if I didn't want to admit it. Your weakness is your strength, and I fell for you. I fell for your scent, your diligence, even through the half-truths. I fell madly in love. I fell so in love, it hurt. It physically pained me. Like losing someone and gaining another. I drank knowing I shouldn't. Knowing I hated it. Alcohol. The wretched thing. How it can grab our hearts, change us, is what I'd like to say. But I knew it would just be a window to the soul, unapologetically. It would show you me. This game we played of espionage, I never wanted it. I'm a soldier, a weak man with a strong arm. Someone shaken by loss. Believe it or not, I used to be green. I used to be just like everyone. Everyone else, just like I at first might have thought you were. I used to be weak. But now it's that innocence. It's that green, innocent look. Even though I saw you with shards of darkness in your heart, I couldn't pull back. I couldn't see you as anything less and my lieutenant. You were mine from the start, or more accurately, I must have been yours from the moment I showed you it. My darkest secret, my shrines to the fallen, those I've lost, wrapped in red tape. Red strings abound, and drops of red that some may call tears. When I tell you I love you, I mean it beyond any shadow of any doubt I could have. At this point, I've nothing but you. I cannot so much as dream of it. You are my past, as well as my future. And no matter those I've lost, those that came before me, those that would do me harm, you are everything. The element of danger, the element of threat. I needed it. Because I thought, no, I knew, if you were too nice, if you were too pure, I would have felt I didn't deserve it. I never would have allowed you to get as close as you did. In that way, you are perfect, and you still are. You don't have to pretend to me. I know you're no longer perfectly innocent. You are anything but. And I also know this life has drawn us. It's quarters us and made us into nothing more than flesh bags living. And still I wish to struggle in vain by your side. I want to produce a life where we can struggle and live instead of writhe and die. I've seen too much death. It haunts me in my dreams. That's why I wake up first. I fight my nightmares, but there's only so much I can do. And yet it's this pain, this mixture of pain and pleasure. It drew me to you. How human you are. How much fault you have as well. It only makes us who are broken cling to each other like a child clings to a doll. It's not that it's a foolish gesture. It's rather that we do these things because we need it. We cling to each other because we need one another. This romance may have been destined for failure, and yet I still accept it. I knew my life was forfeit, and I've given up everything. Everything I stood for, because I knew, deep down, this was what I always wanted. A romance as dangerous as my failures. I wanted to feel you closer than anyone. I wanted to feel your heart racing with the excitement of us being lovers and enemies. And yet, when it came down to it, I had the stage set. I had every possible preparation, every single thread of fate strung in place And there I stood, powerless. I had the trigger, and I couldn't pull it. Your weakness, it inflicted me with something more frightening than strength or weakness. You became more honest, a fearful prospect, something where I couldn't say no, for fear of alienation, for fear of distance. I fell madly in love with you. And despite that, despite me knowing better, knowing your intent, I still fell in love. I fell in love with the one meant to dispose of me. But you took too long, and I got hint of it. My sources told me the truth. They gave me one last reprieve for my many years of service. One last gift. The ability to save you, my lieutenant. Why did I take it? It's simple. I know you've had the dagger at my back. All this time. Every single moment. But you never so much as broke the skin. Never so much as threatened to. And I suppose your benefactors, they got tired. They wanted to put this old dog down. And instead, they deemed you a traitor. But were you? Were you really a traitor? Is that what you wanted? Is this the fate you asked for? Or the fate you are dragged by the neck? Is it the noose around your neck? Or a warm embrace round your waist? Only time can tell if there's poison behind this kiss. But I won't accept it. Even if you kill me, I won't die. I'll be with you, because I love you. Even if you'll do away with me, I won't blame you, nor will I hate you. Please, if it means you succeeding in what you dream of, then I permit you, Lieutenant. You may kill me. You have the knife. You could probably get away, free, dangling my head at them. Is that what you want? I've already given up myself to you. If my love for you means my end, I know it's the only path for me. And if you can't, with those shaky hands, break my skin, then I'm afraid you'll have to contend with the monstrous love you've cultivated. Your tricks may work on a lesser man, but it's your truth, the lack of innocence mixed with innocence in strange ways. They're what make you positively incredible. And I've lived this long, seeking revenge all on a mission to bring justice to those I lost. And for what? What thanks was I ever begotten? No. I was given a tip and told to kill you. They expected me to. They were my friends, and yet I betrayed them for the one sent to end me. Who's the fool? You or I? The assassin with a dull blade? Or the captain who abandoned his post to save his own killer? The knife is in your hands. But careful, Lieutenant. Waver for too long, and I'll steal those lips. Ah, your sweet taste betrays you. Your quivering lips give truth despite your lack of words. You dropped your weapon, my little lieutenant. Are you going to pick it up? Or kiss me again? Only one or the other can exist. There can no longer be an in-between. Then my trust in you was never misplaced. I'm so happy. My passion, for once in so long, I wasn't wrong to trust. My heart, which was wounded, scarred, nearly stopped. And here you are, the one who refuses to betray me. What is it I mean to you? And I can ask no more, because you mean to me everything. There is no question. After abandoning my post, there is nothing left for me. I may still be your captain, but I am a disgraced soldier. But at least I know my sacrifice was the right decision. My lieutenant, you were worth everything. You've proven it's not wrong for me to have that childish wish to be loved that I always dreamed of. I'd given up so long ago. So long ago, I thought it was over for me. Every time someone would save me, every time I'd fall in love with them, and every time they'd get themselves killed. All I wanted was someone strong enough or weak enough to escape death. It's that painful in-between, between strength and weakness, sacrifice I can't. I can't handle it. As strong as I am, I pale in comparison to that. The feelings, the impossible feelings of watching life flee from someone who you thought you loved, leaving you alone, making a choice you never asked them to, giving their life selfishly, and then dying with a smile. I don't want that, Lieutenant. I'm selfish. I want to live for an eternity. I want to be greedy because I'm sick of selfishness. I'm sick of selflessness more. I don't want to see you go. So, Lieutenant, you must stay by my side forever. That's an order. And I won't permit you to ever leave my side. Because I'm not losing you. I've lost too much. I've given too much to a cause that was self-fulfilling. I created the monster behind my face. I killed because it was all I ever knew. The only way I could sate those feelings, if only temporary. I got so good at it. I progressed more than monsters around me. I was at the pinnacle. There was one, maybe two, that could ever come close to me. And even then, I felt weak. But for the first time, I've got you. Someone who I can trust, because we've left it. Finally, I can escape it. This cycle of hope and crushing despair. The memoirs, the nightmares. I want them gone. I want to be free of all my crutches, my scars. And I know there's not an easy way, no easy way to escape them, the scars of which we have. But at least, will I embrace you? Will I hold your tender hand? Will I feel the warmth of you against me? The cold, icy part of my veins feels warm. The weight on my back, it feels bearable. And my burdens, they feel as though I could finally let them be the past. My pain is no longer just my own. You've taken it, and I don't know why you have. I'm not sure why you decided to do what you've done. But you did. You did it without being ordered to. Damn you for doing it. And thank you for being too stubborn to leave me behind. Oh, that's a funny one. You thanking me for saving you. I'm just returning the favor. Returning these feelings you've made me feel this entire time. This passion that I can't even begin to put into words. It's all because of you, Lieutenant. In many ways, I'm the one who should be thanking you. You saved me from myself. The traps I set, that I would willfully step in. The bear traps at my feet, the guillotines at my neck. There wasn't any way, any chance for me to escape. Not on my own. It was empty. It was empty without all of that love. The love you probably didn't even realize had such an impact. My stoned face, it doesn't give the expression I want it to. I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say how much I love you. I wanted to say my passion for you isn't just paper thin. That you're not just another stuffed animal to add to the collection. That you're truly mine, where none other, despite their promises, despite their words, where none other could match, none other could keep their promises. You have. You survived. And you thrived. I convinced myself over and over I couldn't feel these feelings. I convinced myself I no longer had a heart, that I was just empty. And time again, whether it be in my drunken stupor, or in those long nights we spent together, breaking every rule of conduct, I regret nothing, and that's what scared me. I looked at it fondly, and my heart would beat faster. I'd look into your eyes and immediately try and convince myself it couldn't be real. There's no way I'd be stupid enough to fall for someone who I know is going to kill me. And here you are. You've dropped the knife and chosen me over your duty. What kind of lieutenant are you? It's funny, because of how much I'm unsure of myself. At first I thought of just pretending it never happened, pretending you were like everyone else. Like I was naive, even though I knew it would come up eventually. Then I sat at your bed, and I waited for you to wake, talking to myself. And somewhere along the lines, I convinced myself, in those beautiful eyes of yours, that I had to know the truth. If you meant those words, if you meant it when you said you loved me, I needed to know, even if today was the day I died. I couldn't care less, because you're worth dying for. You're the one I've always searched for. You wonderful, beautiful, a weakling. Your terrible form. Your pathetic attempts at being part of the scouting corps. I loved it. I feared you at first, because I didn't want to see you be taken away from me, just like all those others. I couldn't bear the thought. This conflict of interests I could never figure out. My empty heart began being full of feelings for you. And I understood all at once how wrong I was about those that came before. I understand why they gave their lives for me. Because love can be sacrifice. Because love isn't always sensible. All this care, all these feelings, they make me blind. And I choose them over my instincts, honed over so many years of fighting for my life. I understand you. I can no longer be a man of war. I can no longer raise these blades. Because I understand how powerful weakness can be. I'm no longer Captain Levi to anyone but you. I'm merely Levi Ackerman, a man who loves his own death, if that's what you are still, my precious, wonderful, deadly lieutenant. As clumsy as you are, how did you ever become an assassin anyways? So you worked for them. The Royals. It doesn't surprise me. They knew where I stood. They knew I would never stand if they did something too much. This killing game, it gets tiresome, doesn't it? The feeling of being at odds with someone who owns your entire heart. I don't want it. I just want you. And that's why I'm so thankful you finally accepted it. You finally lost grip of that knife I knew you could never throw. The knife that never pierced my back. You know, it felt lonely for a while. 'Cause I thought, what if you did? That pain, the familiar pain of being stabbed. The familiar pain of feeling like the world is cold and empty. I kind of wish you did. Because this love we have, it scares me just as much. My empty feelings, they were my comfort zone. And now that I don't have them, are you sure you want to call me your captain? You're right. It was wrong of me, Lieutenant. I won't make that mistake again. Now, I command you to give me another kiss. That kiss is more deadly than any Titan I've ever met. You should be proud. And you chose this fate, Lieutenant. Don't blame me. If all these feelings are more frightening than any mission you've ever undertaken. Because I'm afraid of them too. And my fears, the only difference is, I won't let them take me. I've warned you, Lieutenant. And now that you know, there's no escaping. You'll have to bear this. The burden of love with me. A burden that takes us into this dangerous world. That makes us inseparable, even if we should be killing each other. I desire you beyond anything else, Lieutenant. Now I order you. Just stay still. No holding back. Oh, you can't do both. And I suppose, Lieutenant, there's only one way to solve this. A battle of prowess beneath the sheets. So you wish to wage war with me one last time. And I suppose you'll be tending to there while I ravage you here. What's the matter, Lieutenant? You seem so fierce going into it. Is that all a process and muster? Is that all the passion you can muster? Me, flustered. You must be imagining it. I am beyond that, Lieutenant. You've clearly misunderstood. Why, you'll pay for that. And what of my carnal desire for you? It's merely cause and effect. You are my lieutenant. No one else gets to see you in such a state. Let them come and try. If someone so much as gazes at you, I'll slice off that tongue. I'll gouge their eyes. Because you're mine and mine alone, Lieutenant. Never forget that. This is a pact and an order. You are my underling, and I will have you all to my own. No matter who tries. You're mine. Looks like you've done all right. But did I give you permission to convulse like that? No, Lieutenant. This is just the beginning of you and I. I refuse to make this anything less than to die for. You are mine, Lieutenant. You're all mine. My Lieutenant, I won't let you go. No matter how much you beg, you've crossed a line you can't go back on. My life is yours, and your life is mine. I will command you, and you will be my subordinate for the rest of your life. You're my Lieutenant. I love you, Lieutenant. You're forever my own, Lieutenant. I claim you, my precious, the only one, my little Lieutenant. What's that look on your face? I can't get enough of your expression. What's the matter, Lieutenant? You looked so tempting, like you were egging me on. What's the matter once you start getting what you deserve? I love you so goddamn much. You're such a damn tease, Lieutenant. You're my only one. You understand, Lieutenant? My Lieutenant, you will not do anything without my command. Do you understand? If you wish to overthrow me, you can try. But you'll have to try harder than this. Good, Lieutenant. I refuse to let you go. You think you can escape that easy? No, not so fast, my Lieutenant. Now, everything will be yours. Lieutenant, you know, now that we've broken down those walls, I just want to lay with you here, embrace you, and feel you this close, closer than anyone ever could be. Do I still remember them? Are you speaking of those who previously said they loved me? No, I couldn't. Because I felt guilty. Because us, compared to them, I felt guilty to the departed. Because when I look at you, when I see my beautiful, perfectly naive Lieutenant, with that hint, that tinge of depravity, I realized I couldn't look at them on the same level as you. They paled in comparison by every metric I could possibly manage to make. And I felt guilty, so I pushed them out of my mind. I'd advise you to do the same. Anyone else is just an extra, Someone unworthy of our time. We will be together forever, Lieutenant. That's an order.